You're listening to Daily Horoscope for your zodiac sign with Stephanie Campos. I'm your host, Stephanie Campos, and I am a practicing astrologer, psychic medium, and witch. In each daily episode, I covered a detailed overview of the astrology of the day and what you can expect from full moons to Mercury retrogrades. I've got you covered. And of course, there is always a personalized horoscope for your zodiac sign. If you scroll down in the show notes, there are always timestamps included for your convenience. And a quick pro tip before we dive in, I do recommend listening to your horoscope based on your rising sign for more accuracy. And if you are loving this podcast, don't be shy, leave a rating. Hell, even a review. I'm a one human show and produce each and every episode every day just for you. And your support means so much. Now let's get into the astrology of the day. This is your daily horoscope for Sunday, January 18th, 2026. All times are Pacific Standard Time. We have a very busy day today. The action starts out around 7 a.m. when the moon in Capricorn forms a conjunction with Mars in Capricorn. This can look like a moment of frustration, a time to make an important decision. Perhaps you wake up with a ton of energy, or maybe you have a sexy encounter around this time. Later on, around 7:30 a.m., the moon in Capricorn will form a conjunction with Mercury in Capricorn. Between this window of time, it is bringing you back to yesterday when Mercury and Mars formed that conjunction in the sky. So there's similar themes and topics that are arising between this time and the early hours of the day. When the moon and Mercury come together, this is an important time for communication, ideas, decision-making, having conversations, being chattier, catching up on emails or text messages, recording podcasts, whatever you're doing around this time, it is involving your voice most likely, or the written word, or even friendship. Sometimes this can really highlight a moment of socializing as well. Around 9 a.m., the moon in Capricorn forms a sextile with Saturn in Pisces, and this brings us back down to earth. This is going to help us process our feelings and our emotions with a little maturity. It's going to help us discuss serious topics with a little bit more ease and wisdom. It can help us navigate boundaries or make a commitment or even seek guidance and advice from someone who we admire or trust. Around 9:30 a.m., the moon in Capricorn will form a trine with Uranus in Taurus, adding a little surprise to our day, helping us take a risk, helping us leave our comfort zone, try something new, coming up with a solution or a new idea that excites us as well, or a last-minute invitation or a surprising or unexpected opportunity. Now, around 11:51 a.m., we have a new moon in Capricorn. Just a friendly reminder, if you love your daily horoscope and you want to go more in depth, you can book a one-on-one astrology reading with me where we look at your birth chart in depth and then also analyze the current cycles that you're moving through, looking at how long these cycles will last, what themes are coming up, and any major important dates for you to know about in your year ahead. I am accepting clients for February, and there is a link in the show notes. Okay, now this new moon in Capricorn is taking place at 28 degrees, and it's making a connection with like pretty much every single planet in the sky. I mean, that's a little exaggerated, but kind of not. It is forming a conjunction with Mercury and Mars in Capricorn. It's forming a sextile with Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. It's forming a trine with Uranus in Taurus. It's forming a square with Chiron in Aries. It's forming an opposition with Jupiter in Cancer. So yeah, I was right. That's literally every single planet in the sky. So it's a busy lunation. But the good news is, for the most part, all of these planetary connections are very supportive. We have sextiles and trines. The aspect where it's most iffy, I would say, is that square to Chiron, which can stir up some of our wounds and our need to reflect on our own healing journey, but it's separating from that. It's also separating from the opposition to Jupiter. So the most important and influential aspects are very helpful and supportive. And this is taking place at almost the final degree of Capricorn. So that to me also indicates that there is some sort of ending or release in the Capricorn section of our birth chart. This is also taking place in the third decan of Capricorn, which has to do with the Four of Pentacles in the tarot. And for me, that's a card of security, whether it is finding financial security or emotional security. There is some sort of related themes that are coming up for us collectively and personally regarding our overall sense of security. And I think that this is a lovely new moon to set intentions under, maybe also focus on releasing something concurrently. So you are creating space for whatever desire or intention that you are calling in. Now, later on around 2 p.m., the moon in Capricorn forms a sextile with Neptune in Pisces. This is that supportive energy that's baked into the new moon. This is great for dreaming, imagining, being creative, having healing interactions and conversations, working with your intuition, doing divination. Later on around 2 p.m., just a little bit afterwards, the moon will enter Aquarius. And around 6 p.m., the moon in Aquarius will form a conjunction with Venus in Aquarius. This is a moment of pleasure or gratitude or feeling embodied or grateful or having a gentle interaction or supportive interaction with an important person in your life or feeling creatively inspired. Now, I will also give an honorable mention because Venus is very, very close to Pluto. They're going to be forming a conjunction in the coming days. JK, tomorrow, they'll be forming a conjunction. So this is also going to highlight some of our Venus-Pluto story. And even though it could be a moment of gratitude or healing or vulnerability in relationships, it can also stir up some of our fears and our insecurities. We're going to see that aspect really heighten around 8:30 p.m. when the moon in Aquarius forms the conjunction with Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a moment where we're really going to feel any power struggles, dynamics that we're working through in our interpersonal relationships, jealousy, our inability to surrender and release control. Some of our shadow side might be popping up, but it is an opportunity for healing and growth and for feeling the deep feelings and allowing that cathartic release or reclaiming your power in some way. Now, around 8 p.m., Mercury in Capricorn forms a sextile with Saturn in Pisces. And around 9:30 p.m., Mercury in Capricorn forms a trine with Uranus and Taurus. So these two connections are actually really great for friendship, for the mind, for coming up with ideas, new ideas that we want to commit to. We have both Saturn and Uranus meeting with Mercury, and that is such a lovely combo in this gentle way. So maybe you make an important decision or you make a new commitment and you're trying something new, but you have the wherewithal and the dedication to stick with it, thanks to Saturn. This is a great time for signing contracts, for making commitments of any type, for making a decision to learn something new, learn a new language, to book a trip to a place you haven't been before, or to just put yourself out there and to start taking action and investing in your ideas and what excites you. Aries, the new moon in Capricorn could coincide with a new job, a promotion, or even a new personal goal that feels incredibly meaningful for your life path. This is a great day to set intentions, to celebrate yourself and how far you've come, and also to experience some sort of rebirth when it comes to feeling safe and confident taking up space. You could also reach a new level in your professional world or even any meaningful subject you're studying, or take on a new important role or title, or set your sights on a new goal or manifestation that you want to bring into this world. Taurus, the new moon in Capricorn coincides with an important conversation that's beginning. Maybe you are negotiating a new contract. Maybe you are hit with a wave of inspiration and there's a new idea you want to pursue. Conversations you have today can also change your perspective and understanding of the world around you. It's also possible you're considering going back to school or booking some important travel. And this is also a great day to consult a source of divination that feels aligned for you, whether it's seeing a tarot reader or an astrologer or pulling some cards yourself. Gemini, the new moon in Capricorn brings attention to your shared resources and your finances. This could coincide with either the end or beginning of a new contract or role you're taking on. You might also be focused on paying down some debt or paying off a credit card or making an important new investment. This is also an important day to have conversations with the important people in your life, like partners, roommates, business collaborators, about financial expectations. You might also reflect on your own vulnerabilities, and some of your relationships could deepen as you explore trust and intimacy in new ways. Cancer, the new moon in Capricorn brings attention to your one-on-one relationships and contracts in your life. So this could mark the beginning of a new business relationship or a new professional contact entering your world, or maybe some sort of source of support. This could also be an exciting time to make a commitment or take the next step in an important relationship. But it could also help you recognize which relationships have just run their course and maybe you're ready to move on from. This can also just be a period of productivity as well, and maybe you're making progress on some new goals or manifestations that you're trying to call in. Leo, the new moon in Capricorn can help you change some of your habits. This is a powerful time to break old habits and integrate new, healthier ones that help set you up for success. This is also an important day to reflect on your ongoing commitments, responsibilities, and obligations. You could take on a new commitment around this time, or maybe you're ready to set some boundaries and step away from any responsibilities that leave you feeling underappreciated or overworked. You could also begin a new important project around this time that you know is going to take a lot of consistent effort, but ultimately will be worth it. Virgo, the new moon in Capricorn coincides with a new creative spark entering your life. Maybe you found a new hobby that you really enjoy, or you're focused on some sort of personal, creative, or passion project that really lights you up. This could also be an exciting time for your romantic world. Maybe you're ready to date again. Maybe you're meeting someone of interest, or maybe who and what you are attracted to and your relationship with pleasure is evolving in some way. This is also a powerful time to just reconnect with the present moment and to focus on everything you're grateful for in your life. And it's also very possible you just learned some lucky news. Libra, the new moon in Capricorn activates the sector of your chart that has to do with family, the past, and generational patterns. This can be a very powerful time for acknowledging and breaking cycles and patterns that run within your lineage. You might also be feeling a little bit more sensitive and sentimental as old memories come up, but spending time reflecting on the past can lead to kernels of wisdom. There could also be changes in your family dynamics. Maybe you learn important news, or maybe you're experiencing a fresh start in a relationship with a family member. And this can also bring changes to your living environment as well. Maybe you're considering moving or finding new roommates. Scorpio, the new moon in Capricorn brings attention to the way you speak to yourself. This is a very powerful time to shatter limiting beliefs, and it's also a time where new important conversations or ideas are forming. So maybe there's a new idea you want to come up with a plan to pursue. Maybe you're negotiating new contracts, and this could also be a moment where you're simply making new friends. Maybe you are connecting with new people or in a more social mood. There could also be some sort of skill you're learning, or maybe you're making a decision to go back to school yourself. Sagittarius, the new moon in Capricorn brings new financial opportunities your way, or some sort of shift in the way you resource yourself. So this could mean maybe a change in job, maybe a contract ends, or maybe you're applying for jobs or negotiating a raise or a promotion. There could also be some sort of new purchase you made or financial commitment you've made around this time. This is also a very powerful time for feeling empowered about your own skills, gifts, and talents, what you bring to the table, and what sets you apart. Capricorn, the new moon is in your sign and you are the main character. This is your yearly reset to really focus on who you are and who you want to be. It helps you show up more authentically and to prioritize dreams and desires that really feel aligned. It can also help you release any need to people please or prioritize other people's expectations. This is also a fun time to experiment with your style and how you show up in the world. Maybe you're also taking on a new role or title or undergoing some sort of personal transformation, or it could also bring changes to your close one-on-one relationships, and new people can also enter your life. Aquarius, the new moon in Capricorn invites you to focus on stillness and solitude. Spending time alone can really help hone some of the ideas that are floating around in your imagination. This is a period of gestation, and it also puts you deeper in touch with your own subconscious and unconscious mind. You are more aware of limiting beliefs and patterns and behaviors that you may be ready to break. This can heighten your intuition and also lead to very vivid dreams that you should pay attention to. But it can also leave you feeling tender and sensitive as you're closing out cycles and removing people and situations that are no longer good for you. Pisces, the new moon in Capricorn places a new vision or goal on your heart. Maybe there's a new desire you want to call in, and this can also be an exciting time for making progress on some long-term goals. New friendships can form. This can also be a day where you simply learn some lucky news or receive an exciting invitation, or maybe you're attending a fun social event. New allies and sources of support can also enter your life. And there may also be new communities that you're joining or new hobbies or groups that you're taking part of on a more regular basis. As always, I hope your daily horoscope has offered some guidance and support throughout your day. And if you can't get enough of this podcast and want more horoscopes, I invite you to join me over on Patreon, where every Sunday you gain instant access to 7 episodes of your daily horoscope for the week ahead, a weekly psychic reading, a monthly tarot spread, and a monthly meetup, which ranges from group tarot readings to group mediumship readings and circles to ask me anything about your personal birth chart. These group monthly meetups have been a real highlight over the past few months, and I am enjoying them so much. There is a link in the show notes to join. It is only $10 a month, and I hope to see you there. As always, I'm sending you love, protection, and blessings in every single dimension. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.